Let's freaking go.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. Glad to have you as always. And if you found this video, it's not by mistake, because this is the world's smallest turkey gun, part 2. But no, seriously, guys, thanks for tuning into the video and the channel. If you guys haven't checked out the new podcast that we just launched, The Part-Time Hunter, I promise you it's a show just for hunters like you and me that work 9 to 5 but don't have any, sponsors or just a couple weeks off vacation, and just a real world hunting podcast. You guys are going to love it. We just had Jake Sleesman on last night, so just a wealth of knowledge of turkey guns and patterns, and we had a super freaking awesome time. Jake, thanks again. I know you're watching this video. This is probably one of the most highly anticipated pattern videos because I wanted to build this gun for so long, and to get you guys up to speed from where we started in part 1 to where we are now, let's do a quick recap.
You're way too pretty to be crying from those eyes, and screaming never looks good on you. Well, I know I said this 100 times, and more just won't do. You're my one and only. You're my one and only. Well, I promise it's not you, it's me. And I set out to become what I wanna be. And I might not find happiness, but I swear that I'll succeed. I promise it's not you, it's me. You're way too pretty to be crying from those eyes. Screaming never looked good on you. Well, I know I said this 100 times, 100 more just won't do. You're my one and only. You're my one and only. You were the only thing that kept me sane. And now I'm sitting outside my mind. And I know that you said someday that I'd be missing your face, but I swear I did think it'd be tonight.
But you guys are dying to see the new turkey gun project. So this is right here, the fresh off the UPS truck, the Mossberg 510 Mini with the 560 rectifier, the brand new Burris Fastfire 4, fresh dip from Etheridge. We're going to have a full gun rundown for you guys at the end of the video. But right now, we're going to get a quick and dirty zero for you. I got a target right here behind me set up at 15 yards. So it's optimal to get your red dot, just a quick and dirty field zero using some number 8, just your standard field load. And this is going to save you a ton of money, especially if you're shooting TSS this year for spring turkey season. So let's get this quick and dirty zero on the red dot, and let's get you guys on the shot cam and the GoPro and all these camera angles. Let's get started. All right, guys, so we got you on the GoPro here. Nothing really scientific about this process, but we're using a standard field load from Federal. We're going to be shooting the top right target, which you guys will see on the shot cam. Whew, I just ran back from that target, turned that camera on. So all right, let's get settled in here. We are at 15 yards. Yep, 15 and a half yards. Federal field load. First time this gun's ever been shot, so this is going to be interesting. All right. Well, that did punch me in the mouth a little bit. Whew. Let's go see. Top right. This is real time. Dude, we're not actually far off at all. So the bulk of that pattern roughly is, to my liking, about top left. You know what? I'm gonna scoot this in just a hair. We're gonna scoot this target in and really get maybe 10 yards and see exactly where, because we wanna be precise before we shoot this TSS, so stay with us. So we gotta move back 5 yards. I wanted just to triple, make sure that we were right on the money. So we're gonna go top left target. We got the shot camera rolling. We got a steady rest. Let's try that one more time. Perfect. All right, guys, we got you back on the big camera here. We took 2 shots of birdshot. The first one was at 15.5. We backed it back up to about 10 because I wanted to make sure before we get out to range and magnify these patterns, I wanted to know exactly what I was looking at. So right here, as you can see, or I hope you can see, that is the first shot at 15.5, and you can see the pattern is up and to the left. Same thing when we moved it back to 10 yards, up and to the left. So obviously there, guys, we're gonna make our adjustments. We're gonna get back on the birdshot and back on the paper here at 10, and let's do it. All right, guys, so we're gonna make our adjustments here. If we're shooting high and to the left, we need to go down and to the right. So this burris is super easy to do. Use this tool here. I'm gonna go 4 down. All right, that's it. Let's get back on paper now. Got a good feeling. Ooh, ooh. That's exactly what you want. Very centered. If anything, I may go down a hair. I mean, I like it. Let's go down. Let's go down and slap a turkey target on this thing. All right, guys, so again, let me reiterate, this is so important in the process to get like what I call a quick and dirty 0, is meaning this is shot number 4. I made an adjustment down a click and a half. I'm at 31 yards with another shot of birdshot. I'm not wasting a turkey target. I've got another birchwood Casey pasty down there. So let's shoot another birdshot. That'll be 4 total shells of birdshot in about 10 minutes. And we're going to just verify that the bulk of my point of aim, point of impact is on paper, and see exactly what we're working with. So guys, stay with us. Let's go. 31 yards, the longest this gun has been shot just yet. All right, get this in the sunshine. I feel like we're centered up a little bit. Let's put a turkey target on this box. All right, so I would say, as far as birdshot goes, we are centered, we are sighted in. So let's go ahead and let's see how this translates to some TSS. So the first load we're putting through Marvin is a custom load from my good buddy Keith out of Salt Creek Ammo. So this is a custom load. You got a really cool shot card right here, Salt Creek Ammo right there, their logo. Just to make sure I'm telling you guys right, this is a 20 gauge 3-inch ounce and 7/8 number 9 going 1060 out of a Mossberg 510 rectifier 560 choke, and all they're left now is to send it, guys. So let's get it. That was a freaking load. All right, so it looks like, and I hope you guys can see this, it looks like a bulk of the pattern right here a little bit. So, you know, if I was going to shoot this load, I would definitely want to go up and to the right just a hair. You still got some you got some flyers over here, so not the most dense pattern I've ever seen, but I think if you adjust your burris or your whatever red dot you're shooting, it wouldn't be too bad. So all right, next target, let's go. Next one up is the Federal, just factory load TSS. All right, guys, so this load is a 20 gauge 3-inch going 1,000 feet per second at 1 ounce and 5/8, and it's a duplex 7x9. So let's put it in, let's get it. Looks like the bulk of our pattern. This could go over right a little, and I think we'd be doing fine. Got a nice circumference there. All right, next one. Federal 8x10 duplex, 20 gauge 3-inch, 1,000 feet per second, 1 ounce and 5/8, 8x10. Let's do it. Since I was going to the left, I moved it right a click. I do like that a little better. It's more centered up. Not as tight. 8x10. A 2 3/4 load, number 9 hot rod by my good buddy Bryce Hensley, Foxtrot Ammo. What a great guy, a really good company. A lot of dead birds by these things. It's interesting to see how this 2 3/4 load is going to go, and I love the name, hot rod. You can't beat that. 2 3/4 20 gauge, 1 ounce and 3/8 of a number 9. So straight 9s. Let's put it in the gun. Let's go. Wow. 2 3/4, that thing got a freaking punch, dude. That's surprising, dude. That's really surprising. 560, same choke the whole time. Bryce Hensley's Foxtrot, number 9. Damn, man, I like that. I like that a lot. Guys, so sticking with the Foxtrot theme, we're gonna bump it up to his 3-inch version, which is 20 gauge 3-inch, a Crusher, number 9. So a Crusher shell, 1 ounce and 5/8 of number 9, rectifier 560, and let's get it going. All right, it looks good from here. Holy smokes. I think we, wow. We got a contender. We got a freaking top contender here. Let's see if I can go back to this box here. This is a Kent cartridge, one of my absolute favorite waterfowl companies to shoot. Their duck loads, steel and bismuth. This is Kent TK7 penetrator, which I don't think they make this shell anymore, but this is great to have an option in case you travel to a state that has super strict laws on TSS and what you can shoot and what you can't shoot. So it's good to run one through your system and see what you think. But this is a 20 gauge 3-inch, 1 ounce and 3/8, traveling 1,100 feet per second, number 7. Just a straight 7 TSS load. I don't know, it could have been better. Overall, you know, I mean, that's gonna kill. I mean, that's a dead turkey. Not as dense as I'd like to see it, but hey, if you gotta use them, you gotta use them. So number 7 TK7 from Kent. All right, guys, so I wanted to just do this as a comparison. Obviously, this may hurt somebody's feelings out there. Don't take it that way. I just wanted to show people out there, especially on a pattern video, when you got all these different TSS loads and high dollar shells and all that, you know, other stuff. I wanted to show what a true budget load will do at 40 yards once you got your, you know, setup dialed in. This is your old, you know, standard go-to. I've killed many a turkey with the 12 gauge version. Now on the podcast, I've said over and over that in a sub gauge gun, 410, 20 gauge, I really recommend you going to a TSS shell because you take that gun to the same level as a 12 gauge with long beard, and you're more lethal, you're more effective on that wild turkey. In this case, I highly doubt, and I don't know, we may be surprised, but I highly doubt you're going to see the pellet count or the performance or the spread or anything good's going to come out of this. I may be totally wrong, but this is a $20.99, so you get a $21 box of Longbeard XR, and you know, comparable, that'd buy you 2 shells of TSS for this whole box. So you know, we'll see. This is a 20 gauge, 3-inch, going 1,000 feet per second, an 1.25 ounces of number 5. So I don't know, guys. We may be surprised, but I think I know the results. Let's get it in the gun. Let's shoot it. Good looking shell, good looking turkey, but can we kill him? I have my doubts. Let's go. I don't know. Do we have a dead turkey? Nope. All right. So, as a turkey hunter, as somebody that practices conservation, I would highly suggest you not take that combination to the woods. I mean, you may have killed him, but you've missed his brain. He's probably not going to be able to eat for the rest of his life, and that turkey is going to probably get away from you. So, that's longbeard. Longbeard, 3-inch, number 5. There you have it. All right, guys, and we're back. Thanks for sticking along for the full pattern video. That was such a fun video to do. I love shooting that little shotgun and just proof of concept, having that thing built, having it dipped and all the stuff. And I promise you a full gun breakdown as soon as we go over patterns. So let's get to it. The very first one, going back, after we got the quick and dirty 0, you definitely want to check yourself at range with birdshot. So this first target here, this is your number 8 field load. Your federal dove load here, just your normal 2 3/4 number 8s. It's always good to make sure you're centered up. Now, obviously, this will change from load to load, TSS to TSS, different chokes. So whatever your setup is that you want to make sure your optic is dialed in for, make sure you get this on first before you go wasting TSS. And I mean, they're $8, $9 a pop now these days. So make sure you use birdshot. If you take anything away from this pattern video, utilize that, save you a bunch of money. All right, next up is what I call the heartbreaker pattern. And the heartbreaker pattern is, what I mean by that is, a lot of people love Longbeard XR, but in a sub gauge, like I said, just a lot of proof in performance, just like Jake Sleesman says off Blue Collar Outdoors, is that's your number 5 3-inch shell, Longbeard XR, copper plated lead. It's just not going to cut it for a lot of people. And in a 12 gauge, I think it's lights out all day. I've killed dozens of birds with Longbeard XR in a 12 gauge. This right here in a 20 for me, it's not it. All right, we got TK7 from Kent, which is a great alternative for those guys that can't use number 9s or the different size shot out of state or some states that are restricting on turkey hunting like that. So having an alternative pattern and knowing that you can buy a shell or have a shell on hand that you can hunt in those states is great. You know, a good pattern overall. It would be a dead turkey. I would like to see it a little bit more dense, but hey, that's the shell. That's what it did in the setup. A little bit more centered that time, but again, I don't know. I like these next results better. All right, guys. So this was my preferred shell and choke combo last year in Steve, and luckily for the 510 Mini, it takes the same thread pattern. So let's get this camera to focus for you guys. This is the Federal 7x9 duplex. I think if I had actually wanted to just shoot this today, I would have moved this pattern over, you know, facing the turkey. I would have moved him to the right just a little bit. But again, you know, you can tell that the bulk of the pattern was kind of over here. A good solid pattern, a good setup, a dead turkey for a 7x9 load. You know, it's fine. It's not centered up, but, you know, definitely has potential for sure. All right, we have its brother-in-law here, the 8x10 load from Federal. Almost the same specs, identically. You got a little bit smaller shot in the number 10, a little bit more dense pattern. Again, if I had moved this to the right a little bit, I think would have been a little bit more business there, but make sure this is focused for you. But again, you know, it is what it is. A good pattern, a good factory loaded shell. If you have to have, you know, buy something on the road, don't have access to something custom, or if your preferred shell's out of stock, this would be a good option. I like the choke pattern setup. All right, so this one was surprising. I shot this last year out of Steve, and it did good, but I wasn't sighted in for it, so I didn't get the full effect. This is the 2 3/4 hot rod from Bryce Hensley. I really like that pattern. I think if I had moved it over again, I was seeing a you know, a common denominator here was my red dot. I need to move it to the right just a little bit, and I did eventually, so we're getting to that. But this is the hot rod 2 3/4 number 9, a straight 9s, and for a 2 3/4 load, I really like it. I think in that little gun, it's got potential. It's got really good good consistency, good spread on that 560 diameter. Again, I don't like a hot core in everything that I shoot. I want to be just consistent from, you know, 10, 25, 35, 40, 45 even, 50 if I had to. So again, that's a great load in a 2 3/4 shell. All right, so this is the Salt Creek from my buddy Keith. He sent over a custom load of an ounce and 7/8. So that's a pretty heavy load in a 20 gauge shell. Let's make sure this is focused on this. Again, this load had a lot of its pattern left over here to the left side. I think if I had bumped that over a little bit, it would have been a lot better. This load definitely has potential also. I think you need to pick a shell and go with it once you find out what your gun likes. So if I wanted to run this shell, I would definitely bump this over to the right. And once that if I had another Birchwood Casey, I would shoot another shell of this and see. And we definitely might do that again on the channel. But the Salt Creek, it's a nice heavy payload. I think it would knock the absolute snot out of any longbeard you put in front of it. Now, I saved this one for last because I'm pretty sure this is going to be, you know, one of the top contenders for the shell I'm going to hunt with this year, and I've got others, but this is the Crusher 9 3-inch, if I can read that, ounce and 5/8. So an ounce and 5/8 of payload, 40 yards, rectifier 560 after the adjustments. And man, what a freaking pattern that is. Let's get that. That's exactly what I talk about as far as proof of concept. Is I like to have a wall of shot headed right at him from his wattles up. So like I said earlier, I don't like a super hot core. I like a good, consistent killing pattern. And if you're a turkey killer, that's exactly what you want to look for. Built-in room for error. If he sneezes or twitches or whatever at 40 yards, he's not walking out of that. And you hear that often, but that's a good pattern there. So Foxtrot ammo, Bryce Hensley, number 9, 3-inch shell. I like it. The Crusher 9s for you. All right, guys, so I promised you a breakdown of the world's smallest turkey gun, and that's exactly what we're going to do here. So this is the Mossberg 510 Mini Bantam. It's got an overall length of 34 inches. It has an 18.5-inch barrel, and you can see it looks a lot different from the last video, and that's exactly why we sent it to Jerry Etheridge up in Etheridge Hydrographics in Cadiz, Kentucky. He dipped it from tip to tail in mossyoak green leaf, my absolute favorite pattern here in North Georgia for the turkey woods. I've got it paired with a Limb Saver Slimline Kodiak here with the quick detach. You don't have to twist these anymore. They just pop out like a pin in an AR. It's a super, super nice, handy sling. Every turkey gun should have a sling. We topped it with a Burris Fastfire 4, and the reason we went with a 4 is because this thing has super great battery life, 4 reticles. You guys saw us sighted in how easy it was. Bigger sight window, and paired with the EGW universal red dot mount, this thing's absolutely lethal. Of course, dipped in green leaf as always. We've got a rectifier 560 constriction choke, again obviously dipped in green leaf. Now this gun does have the same thread pitch as Steve, which is the Winchester Invector. This also has the thread pitch for the Mossberg Aki choke, so it was awesome. Such a little gun, having such an just giant, you know, bigger size gun details. Like, it's already drilled and tapped. It's got the perfect safety on it here, so I can immediately go on the top while I'm on the gun. I had that old longbeard in there. But we went ahead and added the atta section because, you know, I am a full-grown man here shooting this gun, so I need every little bit of length I can get, yet in a small, compact package. This gun really is a do-all. I think it's going to be one of my favorite hunting partners in the woods this spring, and it's going to go great with Steve. So based off the Instagram poll we took yesterday, this is going to be Marvin the Mossberg, just like we got Steve the Savage, the Stevens 301. So this is Marvin. He's going to be one of my best buds in the turkey woods this year. Just a super tight, compact shotgun. You can see, I mean, you can get on it super easy. I can get this and pull it around a tree if I had to, get it really close to the body. It's just a super sweet toting shotgun. You can see the footprint here. It's super, super small. So I really think this is going to be the winner. And we got it patterned, we got it sighted in. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys check out the other turkey videos. We got a lot coming. We're going out to Kansas this year. We're doing a lot of traveling. Going to go to possibly Kansas City, Missouri, Tennessee, obviously here in Georgia. And just got a lot of stuff coming for you guys. So thanks for tuning in. And as always, we'll catch you on the next one.